Hello, my name is Diamond, aka Lady Leo. Welcome to my YouTube channel, or welcome back if you are a brand new viewer. So we're going to be looking at some more Reddit Am I the Asshole stories, and we're just going to go straight into our first story. All right, so this is an Am I the Asshole? Friend was not allowed to board the flight. The rest of us still went on the vacation. Now she wants us to pay her back. Am I the asshole if I don't pay her? Anyway, throw away and change some details. I don't think anyone involved is on Reddit, but I'm paranoid now. Okay. Me and 3 friends planned a vacation to Hawaii. Oh, y'all got money. A vacation to Hawaii? Hawaii is expensive. Okay. So we booked the flight, hotel, and car together for a discount and then split the cost 4 ways. So we each paid roughly $800. We also booked a couple of things to do there, totaling around $250. So it's about $1,000 a person. The day of the flight, we all arrived to the airport and start going through TSA. One of my friends, I'll call her Sarah, got stopped because she had a weed pen in her bag. Sarah, you got to know that it doesn't matter if marijuana is legal. You can't just transport it to different states. Anyway, she says she forgot it was in there and didn't intentionally bring it, but it doesn't really matter either way. TSA ended up calling airport police department, and Sarah was not allowed to board the flight. Weed is not legal in our state. She wasn't arrested, but she was given a ticket and court date and not allowed through security. Okay, so in the state you live in, weed's not even legal. So I don't know how, I guess I don't really understand how people don't know what's in their bags, because when I am going on a trip, I usually pre-pack like a couple of days ahead of time, and I go back through everything. I usually have to do that to redistribute the weight and everything like that, so I know what is in all of my bags. Anyway, so obviously the rest of us still got on the plane because we're looking forward to our vacation. Now we're back, and Sarah is mad at all of us for going and wants us to pay her back for the portion for her portion of things that she could, since she couldn't go. Sarah, no. Sarah, girl, it's not happening. You're not getting no money back from me. You not being able to go has nothing to do with me, Sarah. Anyway, but I don't think we should have to. It's not our fault she wasn't allowed to fly, and I didn't budget for her, for paying her half as well. She's also mad because the airport is 1 hour from our home city, and we didn't give her the keys to the car, so she had to pay for an Uber home. We didn't say she could have the keys. It's just that no one thought to give her the keys to Matt's car when it was all going down. Right, so you just didn't think about it in the moment. It's fine. It happens because you're like, I'm on vacation, going on vacation. One of my friends said we should just pay to keep the peace, but I don't think we should have to. Matt also thinks we shouldn't have to pay her. If we split the cost, it would be about $350 each. I could technically afford it, but I'm working on paying off my credit card, and that's about the same amount I put towards the credit card each month. So it would put me a month behind in my plan to pay off my last credit card. Am I the asshole if I refuse to pay her back? And even if I'm not the asshole, should I just do it anyway to keep the peace? No, you should not. Absolutely not. First off, this is a responsibility thing, right? So if Sarah was going on a trip by herself without you, she wouldn't have this situation where she could be like, oh, she can't call the airline and say, she could, but they're going to tell you no. It's her responsibility to understand what's in her bag. Her not being able to go has nothing to do with you, and Sarah wouldn't be getting a dime out of me, okay? Peace or otherwise, I don't care. When it comes to money, I'm not giving money away for people who make stupid choices. She said she didn't know it was in there. That's your fault for not checking the bag, especially since weed's not legal in your state to begin with, so that was something she had illegally anyway. I wouldn't give Sarah nothing. And if this is what it takes to keep the peace with her, is she worth being friends with? She's demanding that you pay her because she had something that was illegal that she brought to the airport that prevented her from being able to fly. And that somehow she's demanding that all of you repay her. I'm not paying shit. You ain't getting nothing from me, Sarah. Clearly, I think you're not the asshole. And again, Sarah wouldn't be getting $1 out of me. You want to give Sarah money? Go for it. If it was me, she ain't getting nothing. She learns a valuable lesson. Don't have illegal shit in your bags when you go to the airport. Sister trying to have me host dinner for our family and fiance's family while I'm 7.5 months pregnant and have a toddler. No, she could host the dinner herself. Why does she need you to host it? First time poster on this thread, title pretty much says it all. All right. So my husband and I have a toddler who turns 3 in a week, and you're 7.5 months pregnant. My sister, who is visiting from out of the state this weekend, oh, that's why she can't host it at her house, got it, recently got engaged and asked if I had plans on Sunday, then proceeded to tell me her fiance wanted to know if I could host his family, 5 people I've never met before, and them, obviously, and my mother and brother, so including my husband and I. 10 people total to buy food, cook, and clean without me offering. Just straight up asked me to host. I told her no, that I wasn't expecting to host his family while pregnant at my home, much less people I'm meeting for the first time, but I would take her and her fiance out to dinner while they're in town. Am I the asshole? No. First of all, cooking for people is a lot of work. Even if you're talking about just like 10 people, that's a lot of work to do in general. It's a lot of work to do last minute. And you're 7.5 months pregnant. You're coming to the end of your term. Heard that the 3rd trimester is usually the hardest one. So I would tell my sister, absolutely not. I mean, unless you're going to do the cooking and the cleaning. I mean, if she wanted to do that, maybe I would be more inclined to do it. Like if she's going to say, okay, you're going to host this, but I'm going to cook, I'm going to clean, I'm going to help you. That would be a different situation. But it sounds like she's volunteering you to do everything because she wants to have this situation where she doesn't do anything. No, we're going out to dinner or we're just not hosting anybody. Like what you want to do, sis? Because I'm not doing all that shit last minute. Nope, you're not the asshole. I think it's very nice of you to offer to take them out to dinner because that's expensive. It's her fiance and his family. I mean, if I'm being honest, you're making a lot of concessions. My sister would never do this, but yeah, no, girl, you're not the asshole. I would tell my sis, absolutely not. I'm not doing that. You can host them at your own house. I'm not going to offer to host them at my house. All right, moving to the next one. So, am I the asshole? My boyfriend says I look slutty with my new sleeve tattoo. How does a tattoo make you look slutty? All right, anyway. So, this is a throwaway account because my boyfriend knows my main. I don't want this to get back to him. All right. So, I'm a 26-year-old female. I recently got a sleeve tattoo that I'm super proud of. It's a wolf face surrounded by flowers and other patterns. I think it looks amazing, and it's something I've wanted for a long time. I've never had any issue showing it off in public or at work, and it's not inappropriate or offensive, just a personal piece of art that means a lot to me. The problem, my boyfriend, 28-year male, absolutely hates it when I show it in public or at work. He says it's too much and that people will judge me or think less of me because of it. It sounds like that's what he thinks of you. He even suggested that I cover it up when I'm at work, even though my job is totally fine with tattoos. Good for you. Like, a lot of jobs aren't good with tattoos, so good for you for finding one that is. And when we go out together, he's even goes so far as to say that people will think I'm slutty because of it. It's just a wolf. Yeah, she said it was a wolf tattoo with some flowers and some patterns. Even that, okay. That comment really hurt me, and now he's making me feel so bad about the tattoo that I've started thinking about removing it altogether. Girl, no, remove him, dump him. Where's my red flag? Red flag, throw him away. He's getting so worked up over a tattoo. It's like he's ashamed of me for having it, and it's gotten to the point where I've cried over it more than once. I'm doubting my own decision to get something that I once loved because of how much his words have been getting to me. Throw him away, girl. Let me see. All right, so the rest of them. I've tried explaining that it's my body and my choice to show it, especially when it's something I'm proud of, but he keeps saying that it's about how others will perceive me, and he just doesn't understand. He doesn't like the idea of me being on display. I'm missing something, right? This is just a tasteful tattoo of a wolf with some flowers. It's a full sleeve, so I think that means it takes your full arm, right? Yeah, it's a full sleeve. not understanding. I'm honestly frustrated because I don't think I should have to hide a part of myself just because he's a part of myself, just because he's uncomfortable with it. I've never given him a reason to think I'm doing this for attention or anything, but he keeps bringing it up like I'm being disrespectful to him by not covering it up. Girl, leave him. Trash. Throw him away. Edit. We did discuss the tattoo before I got it, and he wasn't very convinced. He didn't actively stop me from going through with it. No. No, 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 no. You're not an asshole. And I don't know how long you've been together. I know that you're youngish. Sorry. Yeah, when I say you're youngish, you are still young, but you're not like 18 young. You're 26. He's 28. I don't understand what his problem is unless he has a problem with something else, or it must create some kind of insecurity in him. And maybe it's the insecurity is that other people will look at you because you have a full sleeve tattoo. And when you do have a full sleeve, I don't know, maybe people look at you more. I don't know, maybe it just draws more attention to you and that makes him insecure for some reason. Girl, you are not the asshole. And if I were you, I would not be bending over backwards. If this is how much fuss he's making over a tattoo, no, throw him away. He's trash. You don't need him. I'm just not understanding. It's just a tattoo. It's a sleeve tattoo that you're really proud of. Girl, don't get it removed. First of all, that's expensive and you just got it, right? Don't do that. Don't alter yourself to be with a man. If this is how upset he gets, do you have a good relationship? I don't know. Or is this just like a yellow flag? Or is this a red flag that was a yellow flag for something else? But no, I don't think you're the asshole at all. I think you just need to dump your boyfriend. Sorry, girl. Sorry. I'm just being honest. All right. Next one. Relationship advice. I'm a 26-year-old female. Boyfriend is 29-year-old male. Asked me not to wear certain clothing items out. What's going on today? I don't know. I'm filming a few different videos right now, and this is like the second one where somebody has an issue with like what someone wears. All right, anyway, I have been with my boyfriend for a few months now. Okay, not that long of a relationship. He is a great guy, and I've really enjoyed these last few months together. Right now, we are long distance for a few months while he is away for military training. Everything has been going great until this. I have some friends visiting from out of town, and we planned on going to a popular bar in the area. I ordered some cute new clothes for the weekend and decided to show my boyfriend the clothes on our nightly FaceTime call. He expressed that he liked them, but then said only if I'm wearing it for him privately. Where's my yellow flag? I'm concerned, girly. I'm concerned. I asked if he would be upset if I wore the outfit out this weekend, and he said yes a bit. I'll admit the top is a little low cut and shows cleavage, but I'm enjoying dressing up on a night out with friends. First of all, you're an adult and you can wear whatever you like. I kind of just dropped the topic, but now I'm thinking a lot about what he said. He's not the controlling type that I've seen. You haven't been dating him long enough to really see those. Most people don't show you their flaws immediately, you know what I mean? It kind of comes through as trickles, especially with somebody who's controlling. Well, I suppose it depends on how controlling they are, but normally they don't show you that right off the bat. It comes through as like cracks, and then eventually, the whole thing just breaks through. Anyway, I do still want to wear the top regardless of what he says, but I don't want to hurt our relationship. I think maybe the fact that we are across the country from each other may play a factor in this, but I would never in a million years cheat on him regardless of what I'm wearing. Any advice on how should I handle this without hurting my relationship? Very carefully. You haven't been dating that long, so I'm not going to sit here and tell you to break up with him. If you said he's a great guy, I don't really know how you know that after a few months. I mean, it takes a while to really get to know somebody. I will say yellow flag. Is he controlling? It's hard to know that from his response, but I do see some caution there. If he's concerned that you're wearing something, it usually comes from an insecurity, like he doesn't want other men to look at you, and that could be a sign of becoming more controlling in the future. Editing Diamond here. So this is another video where I have lost a part of the video file. it took me a while to figure out where the issue was coming from. You know, was it my camera? Was it my actual SD card? Was it my external hard drive? Essentially, the issue is my external hard drive, and I've been having a lot of issues with it, like this weekend in particularly. So it's some issue when I transfer the file from my external hard drive. So I am going to test a few things, see if I can reformat the drive. If not, I'll probably just end up getting a new one. Anyway, this is my long-winded way of saying that you won't see my face again for the rest of the video, and hopefully I will have fixed this issue so that it doesn't continue to happen going forward. Okay, back to the rest of the video, aka just my voice. Okay, bye. In the future, like regulating what you wear and only allowing you to wear X, Y, and Z. So if I were you, I would proceed with caution, and I would be mindful of those yellow flags, of them becoming red flags. Again, you said this could be the distance, but you just need to be very, very careful. And if it becomes very controlling, you need to leave before it gets to be worse than that. So I would say be careful and keep an eye out for that and pay attention. All right, last one we're going to do. All right, my 28-year-old male boyfriend has been avoiding making decisions about marriage with me. I'm a 28-year-old female. I don't want to marry him, but my mom doesn't get it. How do I sort this out? You don't want to marry him. Okay, there's nothing wrong with that. I'm a 28-year-old female who is in a long-distance relationship with my 28-year-old male boyfriend for the past few years. He told his parents about us and our parents met, but we haven't discussed even once about our future. So you've been dating for a couple of years and you haven't discussed your future. Okay. My boyfriend insists on only chatting through WhatsApp, stating time zone difference and different work schedules as a difference, even though he spends every weekend hanging out with his friends. He calls only once in a few months. You said you've been doing this for a couple years? Okay. Think I spoke to him only 3 to 4 times in 2024. Claims it to be part of a long distance relationship. He never pampers me or video calls, and when I express my feelings, he asks why I haven't done those things to him. I don't know what that means. I don't know if you're talking about sexually. His dad kept asking if we came to a decision, but the truth is my boyfriend never initiated any discussion about his and plans and no compromise. On no compromise. I feel he isn't worth uprooting my entire life. He will just say later, let's discuss this later and forget this. And even my parents don't seem to care much about it. I feel so hurt and frustrated. How can I sort this? Okay, I'm confused, right? Because you said you've been doing this for a few years. What do you get out of this relationship? He only talks to you on WhatsApp, so I'm assuming that means that you don't talk that much by phone or like video chat. Yeah, you said you've talked to him in 2024 3 to 4 times. He spends every weekend hanging out with your friends. So like realistically, and you haven't talked about your future and the few years that he's been dating. I think you guys are both wasting each other's time, if I'm being honest. Like, you don't want to talk about your future because you're not interested in it, right? Like, I don't really think he's interested in being in a relationship with you. You're just kind of there. You know what I mean? Like, you've been doing this for a while, so it's a good fallback. But you haven't talked about the next steps in your relationship. You haven't talked about marriage or kids. And if I've seen people who have long distance relationships, they usually talk a lot. Yeah, do you want to marry him? If so, what does that look like? You guys are long distance. So if you're marrying somebody, eventually someone has to compromise. You go there, he comes there, it involves a big sacrifice. And before you get to that point, I wouldn't want you to sacrifice moving in with him to find out that like you're just not compatible. To me, all I see is yellow flags. I see two people who, you say you have a relationship, but like when do you see each other in person? Like what's it like when you meet up in person? Because all I'm hearing is that you talk basically by chat and on the phone once a quarter, which is once every 3 months. I'm not seeing why do you want to keep this going? I'm just, yeah, like what do you get out of this relationship? Like what does it do for you? Because I'm just not understanding it, girly. He doesn't seem that interested. And if you're willing to put up with this for years, why? Like what? don't understand. What I would say to you is that you need to have a serious conversation with him about, okay, we've been doing this for a few years. Are we going to keep doing this, or are we going to the next level? And if his response is, let's just discuss it later, I think it's time for you to move on and not waste any more of your time or his with this foolishness. I don't know what you guys have been doing for a few years. It sounds like just wasting time, to be honest with you, girl. That's my 2 cents. It's okay to move on. It's okay to have a relationship and have it not work out. Happens all the time. It's just good to know when to leave, as opposed to trying to keep something working that's not working. I know from personal experience. All right, that's my 2 cents. Those are all the ones I'm going to talk about for today. That's my time. Like, comment, subscribe. Also, if you want, you can turn on the notifications to get notified when I post. You should also check me out on my socials. And then I'm very active on the community tab as well on YouTube. So you can always go there too if you want to know when I post new things. All right, catch you later. Bye.